We are mucus free. 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 We are mucus free.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Mucus-free Life Podcast. I'm yours truly, Professor Spira, and we have an excellent show for you today. A good friend of mine, Dan Hall, is going to be on here to catch up and see how he's been doing after 7 years of being on the path of healing, of going from being in the hospital bed near death to getting a little bit of this information that we like to talk about, the Mucusless diet healing system and Professor Arnold Ehret's work. And then he went and did the work and made a total regeneration. A really very inspirational story. And before that, hope all of you are doing well and you're staying out of the path of the cops coming at you with billy clubs and things if you don't have a face mask on, and if you don't have, depending on where you're located in the world, things are pretty stressful and pretty tyrannical. I mean, it's getting pretty bad out there, and so my thoughts and vibes and support are with those of you that are in places that are really totalitarian in nature. Some of these folks, and I know people in Germany and Austria, and they're getting reports back of what's going on there. There's a bunch of y'all in Australia been talking about the lockdowns and the forced vaccinations and things there. And of course, I'm into personal choice. If you want to go and do whatever it is you want to do, feel free. That's great. But to be forced, to be coerced, to have your job threatened, to have your family threatened, that they'll take your children away from you, that they'll not allow you to get assistance if you need it, or all the different things that they do to just take that boot and just keep pushing it down on that throat, as they have learned to do so well. It's unfortunate, but as I've been saying, we got to have some resistance, and I'm seeing a little bit more of that around the world, because what else are you going to do? There's no option other than there's two options. You either resist in some of these places. If it's not gotten too bad where you're at, that's one thing, and you can kind of go do your thing. But some of these places, there's not a choice. They're coming after you, and so some of you saw. I might try to bring it up real quick. The last week I talked about the vaccine injury, and posted up a post. And I really want to thank all of you that checked the post out and shared it. We got a lot of views. We got over 6,000 views, or people that visited the blog post, which is a lot for me. I'm not super duper popular. And I'm real proud of the fact that we did this off of Facebook. I didn't share this one time publicly on Facebook because I already know what they're doing. Their policies, their total censorship. They're shutting everybody down. And so I just was like, we'll just not deal with that and do our best to just encourage people to share it with friends and family, email it. And I purposely made the document in a way where I tried to take politics out of it. I took not telling anybody what to do. It's just this overwhelming evidence of people that are being hurt and injured by this procedure that we're being encouraged and coerced to take, and to give them a voice, because a lot of them were in favor of the procedure. However, they got injured, and now when they want to try to express themselves and tell loved ones or put their story out there, on the web, they're getting attacked, they're getting death threats, they're being abused, and I hate that. I just really don't have any kind of tolerance for that type of abuse. When these people are hurt, these people trusted their doctors and our governments, and now they're not getting any support when they're hurt. And of course, yes, I encourage people to check out the Mucusless diet healing system, and just try to just stay out of that entire realm, because there's a better there's a better way. We don't need to go through such pain and suffering. There's a lot of unnecessary pain and suffering that's happening. But so I'm going to share a link to that right now in the chat. And earlier I shared a link to our general newsletter. If you want to be a part of the Insiders Club, the newsletter, sign up, and you are the first to know about different things that we have going on, all our activities, and get special deals and sales and all that good stuff. So check that out, sign up, and get your free gifts if you have not done so yet. So without any further ado, I want to get to our very special guest today. I'm going to bring on Dan Hall, who's a professional singer, songwriter, and guitarist. And he's started transitioning on the Mucusless diet around 2012 after his heart stopped for 40 seconds and he was hospitalized, suffered from a number of very serious health issues, cardiac syncope, fatty liver disease, thyroid disease, sleep apnea, high cholesterol, and was given a pacemaker. Then he sent me a message in 2015 saying that he was able to get the pacemaker removed. The doctor said, hey, you don't need it anymore. And he was able to do that. And so just one of the most inspiring transformation stories in the Mucusless diet that I know. So give it up for Dan Hall. What is going on?
Professor Spira, it is good to see you.
Yeah, man, it's great to see you again. I think we probably last time we were on here was 2015, I think, something like that. And
I was living up in the boondocks up north. It was a wonderful place to be, but it was tough on the internet and Wi-Fi experience.
Yeah. So now it's coming through nice and clear, and So tell us, fill in a little bit more of that backstory for the folks that are meeting you for the first time.
Sure.
How did you get to where you are now?
I grew up, as a big eater. I was just a big eater. I could eat a lot of food, and I was praised for it. So I did, and I always stayed in pretty good shape though, growing up through high school, and maintained a fairly good body size, and I could do things. I ran a little bit and exercised, and went in the Army. I did 4 years in the military, and stayed in pretty good shape through that experience. And then as I got older, I kept eating like I was still moving around and doing all of those things, and or not, or I was just continuing to eat those same foods that were poisoning my body, only I didn't know it. Never blamed the food. It's always some other thing, and there was always something to take for it. And it was a big, weird circle, and I just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And finally, about 2008 or so, I got up to over 250 pounds. And I didn't stop there. I didn't make it quite to 300, but I got up to 298 pounds. And I was just miserable, and my heart stopped.
So now,
I was passing out a lot, fainting a lot. And that was no fun. And my heart stopped while I was in the hospital. And they brought me back and everything. The doctor knew, he saw it because I was wearing a heart monitor. So he knew what was going on. And decided that I needed to have a pacemaker. And, I suppose it did save my life at that time for the time being, but I sure didn't like having it in. So I started looking for alternatives at that point to try to combat all of these things. Then I'm diagnosed with fatty liver disease, with Hashimoto's disease. It's a thyroid issue. And, I had high blood pressure and cholesterol, and I was on medications for all of those things. And I just didn't want to live like that anymore. So I started looking for alternatives. And my doctor at the time suggested I start eating more plants and avoid certain things because of this liver thing, which was serious at the time. So I took her advice and I started making those changes, and I started seeing some pretty good results from I was really, little did I know, I was on a sort of a mucus lean approach, but I haven't been gifted with information from Professor Ehret yet. So I went on this retreat with a bunch of guys, and we're staying out in the woods, and we're playing music, and we're having a wonderful time. And one of these world travelers turned me on to Professor Ehret, was talking about him. So I immediately got the book once I got home from this 3-day outing, and started reading the book, and then started making those changes. And since then, I've been living the mucus-free life and practicing the mucusless diet as closely as I can all the time. And it has provided me with amazing health benefits. I'm off all those medications, and I got my pacemaker removed. That was great. I hated having that lump. My cat hated it too. He kept stepping on it. So it's good to have that gone, and it's good to, I don't take any medications, which is really wonderful. And I feel good doing martial arts, which I never thought I would ever do. And I've been at that for 4 years now, and I'm enjoying it very much. Still playing music.
So great musician. And tell us a little bit about you say the Kuksul. Am I saying that correctly?
Kuksul it stands for national art, and it's the national art of Korea, according to the Grand Master of Kuksul. And he began this in 1958. It's a combination of a bunch of different systems that came from the royal court arts, ancient arts of Korea, South Korea now, and the fighting arts, and then family arts. So there's a lot of other Chinese influences, some Japanese influences, due to probably wars and conflicts throughout history in that area, not able to practice the family arts, which were held in secret. So he took all of this and put it together in 1958 into one organized system, kind of like Professor Ehret did.
Right.
And so it's practiced the same way all over the world. And so I've been at that there's a lot of kicks and punches and floor work, tumbling and cartwheels, and wrist submissions, techniques, different forms to strengthen your legs and body to be able to do it. Yeah. So, it's a slow process to get a black belt in this, but I have a brown belt now, and working on it. I have a great teacher.
That's remarkable to go from literally being on your deathbed, had cardiac arrest, and coded, and just really the liver issues, just all the issues, and then now on your way, really dedicating yourself to martial arts and getting to the highest levels in any martial art is a significant feat. And
it's more than I thought.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, definitely congratulations on that. And,
Thank you. And by the way, thanks for doing that thing that you did when you heard that song about the Great Lakes of Michigan that I wrote with these fourth graders. And then you gifted me and surprised me and sent me that trombone thing. That was awesome. I don't want to forget to say that.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome, man. Yeah. I was inspired. I was like, because I hear there's a lot of those chords that's in that tradition that's related to in the history of jazz chords. And so in my head, I hear it, and I'm hearing some of what I used to study a lot of, like Louis Armstrong things and the early New Orleans style.
Yes.
Those chords are the same. Those changes are the same forms. And so I was like, okay, I hear what's going on.
On the record that I did, I had this incredible jazz pianist who played. It was just him and a bass player and a drummer, and then the vocal, and that was it. And so he does all those color chords, and when the key changes, he does this glissando coming down and just changes the key so sweetly, man.
Yeah.
I think you can find it on danhall.com if anybody wants to check that out.
Yeah. I might play a little clip of that.
Not as fun to watch as ours, though.
Yeah. Well, and I think you put yours up not that long ago, and then you said they put it up on the news. They did they ever do that where they posted it up in the
Oh, that's right. Yeah, up in they wanted to use that up in Traverse City. He got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
I said, man, can I play that on the air? Yeah. But even then, they had to blur out the.
I know. I noticed because I saw that. I was like, man, they just, I'm just the censors love me. They have to censor something. They're like, we don't really like that piece of art back there. We're gonna.
I'll have to write a song about censorship. See.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
man, and also my skin is so much better now. Just all over,
Yeah. And another significant thing is, this is 7+ years later. And so, because sometimes folks will heal up and on different systems, heal or have temporary relief, but then a couple years later they fell back on not a good diet, and their symptoms are coming back and all that kind of stuff. But you're like going strong. It's like you're getting better as time goes on.
I won't say I haven't had slip and falls over the years, but this is just the most workable healing system. No matter if you practice it, even if you fail at it, you're still practicing it. Ask a doctor; they're practicing medicine and failing all the time. So, but to be able to grab it quickly, and that's all done through the short fast for me. I said, man, and I just have to get get on the swing, get back on it again.
Yeah,
and I've been able to do that, and I haven't fluctuated much at all. I'm happiest though. Happiest. I sing best when I'm eating perfectly.
Yeah. Yes, that's beautiful. And I have a clip. I want to play a clip from the Today Show. I have that up here. The old Today
I haven't seen
Show.
it. I don't even know if I could find it. I'm gonna put these on and watch it closely.
Yeah. So let's check this out.
Dan Hall. He's 56 years old. He's from Highland, Michigan. So in this picture, he's just about 300 pounds. A couple of years ago, Dan passed out and his heart stopped working.
Wow.
They rushed him to the emergency room and he was diagnosed with a fatty liver. They put in a pacemaker, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, put him on medication for everything, plus arthritis, depression. He was a walking time bomb.
Right.
So he had a choice.
Right.
He was either going to die or he was going to do a 180. Right. Well, this guy did a 180. He's off all of his medication.
Yep.
He's 120 pounds thinner.
Bring him out. I want to see.
Dan?
Come on, Dan.
Yeah!
Oh my God.
And he plays the guitar.
Wow. You got a little ditty for us. We we hear?
Yeah.
You ready for this? Let's hear it.
Healthy food is good for you. Maybe I should try some too. When we eat it, we'll be strong. And keep singing a healthy song.
Congratulations! And the amazing thing is he couldn't play the guitar before he lost all the weight.
That's right, I learned.
You guys, congrats to both. And Joy, thank you so much. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Joy.
it.
Well, I've been fainting on and off since I was.
Yeah. So, so what's that like seeing the 7 years later, seeing the old?
That's just funny, man. It went by so quickly, you know.
Yeah.
Jeez, oh man, that's nuts. Yeah, they didn't let me talk a whole lot about it. You know, I told them all about it, but they didn't let me talk a lot about it. They spent more time on the woman who changed up her drinks and stuff or something.
Right. Yeah. We had talked about that because that was the first time where people were surprised when I said, well, you know, there's a blacklist of anything Arnold Ehret or anything that goes down this road too far. That's not permitted on network television. And people are like, really? What are you talking about? Like, wow. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So you were told them exactly what it was. Oh, wow, that's great. Can you not mention that, please? Like, just come and play your song.
Yeah, we were allowed to say plant-based, but that's
okay. Yeah, right. So plant-based. That's about.
He likes plants. Okay, cool.
Like, all right. And because even back, vegan was that was going too far back then. A few years ago, like, vegan.
Yeah, technically, I'm not even that. Because I still like to eat honey from time to time, especially honey from right around here.
Yeah, the local honey. Yeah. And so I really like I like that because that just tells a story right there. And
well, I don't think people are going to be able to avoid it. It has there's been some pretty good changes, but it's not fast enough, and I feel sorry that people have to suffer like they do.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be that way, as you know, as we all know that have gone down this road. It's not that it's easy. You gotta really.
It isn't. There's a lot of things you just don't. You choose not to do. You choose not to avail yourself of these things. And but I'm used to it now. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with being in a group and they're all having dinner, and I was the entertainment, and they invite me to eat, and I'm loving them, and I'm just saying I really can't because I've got to sing and I'll be burping all over this place, and I just kind of ease out of it, and I'm there. I'm present for them. Yeah,
and that's a key thing I try to explain to people about the social dynamic, and just if you generally don't have problems if you're just like honest. You're not trying to get them to do anything or make anybody feel bad. You're just like, hey, no, thank you. I mean, that's all. That's usually all I say.
That's right.
No, thank you.
No offense.
Yeah, no offense. And then if they start interrogating me and just, I always try to downplay it. Like, oh, it's just this diet I'm into. Don't even worry about me. Just act like I'm not here.
Right. At first, you could have given me a megaphone. I was screaming it from the rooftop.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that wasn't working. People weren't. They definitely weren't listening to that. So
yeah.
I had a living to make, so I decided to live in a compromised world.
Yeah. I found with the diet over the years, the little tactic that I like to do is just to keep that mysterious, and you get permission. It's like you get people begging you for information about it.
That's really what's been going on, and I can help people individually.
Right.
I can talk to them. I can even coach them. They can call me anytime and ask me questions and stuff. And I have people that I reach out to and help with things, and that works nicely. So, and people can't avoid it because there's still people that haven't seen me in many years. And when they run into me, they're just like, wow, you look great. And I don't even give myself credit for still, for feeling this good. I give myself credit, I guess, for sticking to something, and all that, but
Yeah.
it's the diet.
Yeah.
It's the healing system. It's not that complicated.
Right.
It's hard sometimes, but it's not complicated.
Yeah. So in those early years, what path of the diet did you take? Like what was your meals looking like, or your fasting routine? And
I started, I had this NutriBlast thing, and I would just stuff a bunch of vegetables and fruits, whatever I felt like eating in there. And I drank that a lot. I think I was still eating occasional lean meats at that point. Just being super cautious about the fat content. And that was before I learned about Ehret. This was when I first started trying to just change things.
Yeah.
And that did give me results. My doctor was pleased with how things were looking, and I was going back and forth talking to her all the time. Now I don't even go to doctors, but anyway. Then when I got turned on to Ehret, I completely stopped eating all of those things. And I did the 3-day, I did what the book said. I followed the book. And stayed on that. I think I still cheated with rice sometimes. Occasionally I'd fall into a corn chip bag and get lost.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I had to catch myself and say, no, can't go back there.
Right.
Remember that liver? Remember that feeling of passing out, that ickiness? So, yeah, that's how it was back then. And now I'm a lot more strict. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's it look like now? Like kind of your day of what you're.
I don't eat until sometimes 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And I keep it simple because that's how I like it. I don't like to busy myself preparing a lot of food. I'm kind of busy still. So I just eat fruit, man. That's what I mostly eat. I'll eat 4 oranges for a first meal, and then just make a big salad. And my favorite way to eat salad is with lemon juice on the salad, just a little bit, like a dressing kind of thing. Sometimes I'll even heat up some green beans or some kind of broccoli or some kind of a green thing and throw it warm over the salad and combine that cold crunch with some vegetables, some warm vegetables. And and if I go out to eat, which I do that sometimes, I'll just find out what the sides are and order 3 or 4 servings of side vegetables. And most places are pretty good about doing that for me. Yeah. If not, then I'm just not hungry.
Right.
I'm not afraid to not eat. That's the beauty of this.
Nice.
I can just not eat.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great statement. That's a great quote.
I had 1 meal today, for example. I fasted Wednesday and Thursday. And then I had a banana, I think, and like 3 oranges today. I feel crazy good right now.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Beautiful.
That's my life. That's how I live it. I just try to keep it simple. And I love summer. I love the fresh things in the summertime.
Yeah.
I'm in a good state to get good apples. We have good apples in Michigan. My favorite is the Esopus Spitzenberg. I have to go to C.S. Mott's farm here in Flint to find those. They have the trees, still the heritage apple trees over there. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny the things that get me excited, these days.
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of stuff going out to the apple, the apple picking places, and I think you guys have some good those Concord grapes.
Yeah.
There.
I love those.
Yeah.
Those are your faves, right?
Oh, I love. Yeah. I love those.
Yeah, I
And
can't.
they're only a couple months. They're around for a couple months a year around
I
here.
gorge on them,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yep.
I even eat the seeds. Is that illegal?
No.
I crunch them right up.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with those. Yeah. Because
I caught you eating that watermelon at the festival.
Yeah, that was we're gonna call that the before times, when you could remember festivals, remember when you could just go to
the gathering times.
Gathering
times.
Yeah, no one had a mask, no one, you didn't have to show papers to get in to go outside and to talk to people, and you could shake people's hands and hug, and no one was feeling weird about it. And yeah, that was like the only thing I could eat at that festival. They had because they had all kinds of food trucks, but not one truck. And we were
was any food.
Was any food? Yeah, it's like even the vegan food trucks, because places started having vegan food trucks, but they'll be worse than.
Yeah.
I'm like, is there a salad anywhere? No, we got just soy kind of stuff, just all
mixtures and more mixtures.
Yeah, mixtures, and I'm like, all right, so there's definitely when we start getting some things rolling, we're gonna put up a food truck company or something that can go out to, because I know that not everybody wants to have fried everything and that kind of stuff at these festivals and fairs.
Yeah, no, right.
There's people that want a good salad, and so
or a nice fresh juice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that was the one thing. Yeah, there was one year, well, at least a couple years, there was someone that they made fresh juice there, and but of course they charge you quite a bit. It's like,
right. And
for somebody, when you juice every day, and I've never went someplace and bought a juice better than I've ever made than I'll make myself. So it's always not as good. It's like, the one memorable juice that was good that I can't make here because I don't have the equipment was it was like sugar cane mixed with some pineapple or something. This was in Miami last year.
Oh my.
And that was great, so I'm like, you guys are, but that's what they do. I mean, there was a whole lot of, but that was like a little farmer's market. There's a whole vegan consciousness down there. I mean, a lot of is a whole different experience than up here in the Midwest.
Little chunk of fresh ginger.
Oh yeah.
Grind it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I use a masticating juicer.
Yep. What type?
I lose a lot of the pulp though, and the stuff from the but I sure get a good squeeze.
Well, that's the mastic. That's what I have using now. I finally upgraded, to I got the slow star going on, and I really like it because
there's probably stuff I could do with the pulp that we end up with all the the stuff that squeezes and
I used to use that. I would freeze, if I was doing green juices, I'd freeze it and then use that to make the broth. If I make vegetable broth, and that works pretty good. And it's one way to use the vegetable pulp. The fruit pulp, I'm not as good about using that.
I used to, when we lived up north, when we had a space to do a garden, I would compost that stuff.
Yeah, that's like the best compost.
Pretty quick.
We started putting it out in the woods. There's all these families of deer. Then what literally was funny, not that long ago, the city, they have like a little, or the township that I live in, they have like a little newsletter or something, and it was warning people like, don't feed the deer, because the deer are starting to like multiply, and they don't, because there's so many of them. But I love it because I got deer that sleep in my backyard, and they're all, if I go on a night walk, they're just hanging out, and they're not, they're generally not bothered by me, and
right.
Bother, they can smell that I don't have a meat stench on me, so they're like, oh, he don't want us, and so.
Yeah, I was out by the garden early in the morning one day when we lived up north in northern Michigan, and I'm just standing there. Sun is coming up, it's still early morning, so it's not quite light yet, and I see this dark thing, coming about 50 yards from me, coming through the field on a path that was cut into the field, and could see. I kept trying to identify it. It was like a dog, no, too big. Like a deer, definitely not a deer. Then as it got closer and I'm standing there, I go, "Oh, that's a bear."
Ooh, yeah.
And sure enough, I knew I was there before I knew it was there, because they can smell like crazy. And so it's just lumbering across the street, across the dirt road there, onto the other side, and I just went, and it turned and looked, and I just stood motionless, and then it turned its head and walked into the woods.
Yeah. Was it black or brown?
Black bear. Yeah, I don't think there are any brown bears in northern Michigan.
Yeah.
But I forget what time of the year it was. Might have been early summer, I think.
Yeah.
Still kind of misty out a little bit in the morning.
Yeah,
just beyond one of my favorite apple trees up there. And I don't mind the bear coming through. Just don't touch those apples.
Yeah, leave the apples alone. Yeah. Now I remember that. It's like the old Boy Scout days. You had the bear bag, and if you left anything out, like you're down in Tennessee camping and stuff, you leave anything out, they are going to come through at night and just ransack your. And so every once in a while, somebody wouldn't be disciplined, and you got to put the bear bag and put that thing way up in the tree. And nope, they leave some stuff out, and it's just come back in the
and black sunflower seeds. Boy, oh boy, they will do anything to get those. I think that's where he went, because my friend his house was beyond that field, and I think he went there to tear that feeder down and grab those seeds out of there. It's like honey to them.
Yeah.
They can bend steel to get those things.
Yeah.
They have a worse food addiction than we do.
Oh yeah. I mean, the bear. I mean, that's one of those things where I have to question the evolution, because the evolution theories, and I'm like, I don't know. I wonder if it's the other way around, because some folks look like they're going in the bear direction, like the way their hair is growing on their back, and their sort of their physiology. You could literally see them changing into a bear, kind of physiology. And those are serious animals there. But I love the deer. Yeah, we don't have any bears around here. We just have the deer, and that's about it for. Well, I mean, there's a lot of animals, but the deer is kind of the biggest.
Yeah, and we've written all kinds of animal songs since I do that school thing. I get stuck writing animal songs with kids all the time. Yeah.
Tell me about your elementary school songwriting program that you.
Man, that's just been it's been the joy of my life, really. I love writing songs with kids. I love creating them. I love to hear the words they come up with, and I found a way to do it that works for me. They pick the topics ahead of time, and they don't tell me, because I tell the teachers that I'm an addict, and if you tell me what the topics are, I'll start to pre-write, and I don't want to do that. So I wait till I walk in the first classroom and figure it out. But I wrote a song with my sons when they were little about it was raining out, and they were 5 and 7, and we wrote a song called "Rough, Rough, Rough. It's rough being a dog." And I just enjoyed creating it with them. And so then I went on to convince their principal to let me try this at the school, where every classroom writes a portion to what becomes one song per grade by the end of the week that I'm in residence. Then I take the songs, finished songs, and I go into the studio and I cut them, and then I bring musicians in. Pretty good about not using electronic stuff, real drummers and real players and stuff, and track everything, and then take the studio to the school and cut each grade singing the song that they helped to create. And I've been doing it since 1989, and I've written over 500 songs with over, 100,000 kids or so.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Some of them are even good.
Yeah. I always have fond memories of being in elementary school and some of those songs that we would sing, and then have those little assemblies. And I got to pick a video up on it's, no one knows, it's like my little private secret YouTube channel that has all this stuff of me when I'm like a child and things.
Nice.
And my first grade play, and you can just tell, like I'm just in heaven. I'm on stage, I'm playing music. That's the first live performance I ever did, playing those little Orff xylophones.
Nice.
And, yeah, that I was you could just look at that. Everybody else is kind of like, and I'm just in it. I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to be doing.
Yeah, and that's how it's. Yeah, I was always just. I knew I was going to do this. I knew I was going to play music and stuff. I just dug it too much, and so I ended up. When they tell me the topic is math, we come up with something like this. But if you're going on to college, you're gonna need some knowledge today. We have to start somewhere, might as well be in the 3rd grade. Adding up the numbers, carrots or cucumbers. There's no time for slumber if you want to know how to multiply. Now mathematician competition is repeating the addition, you see. Division is related and is not too complicated for me. So, multiplying numbers by a load of lumber, you have a roof to sleep under if you only know how to multiply.
Yeah.
Did you find it?
Yeah. I was like, okay, here it is. Yep.
Cool, man. Too fun.
Yeah, a little, and they had to tell it, because I'm always thinking there's gonna be a delay, but like it sounds like it's in sync. Like it sounds like I'm playing along, and it's in sync. Because
I don't know how they're hearing it out there.
Yeah, we'll
maybe
find
somebody
out
will comment.
when we listen back.
Did it sound together, or did it sound like we're a train wreck? Or
sound like like just out of sync? Because what ends up happening with most live kind of stuff, I heard they finally came out with a program for, it's like an expensive piece of software that allows you, if you're trying to rehearse with musicians on Zoom, for like a plug-in or something. But but yeah, generally, unless you're doing a ethereal kind of, the long chords and that kind of stuff. But I don't know, like it's working somehow. That's good. Yeah, health is, and Wealth said that was great. and DJ M,
I just keep chugging along.
yeah. Reese says I think you're in sync. And so so That's cool. Do you want to do our song?
Yeah. How about I show you that the very first song I wrote with my own two sons at home?
Yeah. Okay.
The one about the dog. This is called Rough, Rough, Rough. It's rough being a dog. Here we go.
Okay.
Let's see. Rough, rough, rough. It's rough being a dog. Nothing to do, no place to go at all. I think I'll take a little drink out of my bowl. Rough, rough, rough. It's rough being a dog. I rolled out of bed this morning and the sun was shining bright. I was feeling kind of hungry, so I thought I'd take a bite. But all I could find was an old bone. I'm getting tired of eating bones, starting to taste like stones. So I buried it in the ground and took a walk around the town. Oh, it's rough, 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 rough being a dog. Here we go. Rough, 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 it's rough being a dog. Got nothing to do, no place to go at all. I think I'll take a little drink out of my bowl. Rough, 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 it's rough being a dog. I chased a cat around the block today. I didn't want to fight, all I wanted to do was play. But that cat just ran away. So I go back home, dig up the bone, and lie down in the shade with it. Oh, it's rough, 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 rough being a dog. It's getting late, it's almost time for bed. Hey, wait a minute, who's that coming up ahead? Why, it's my old friend Joe, and he's got my ball, and I just can't wait to run and fetch it. Or maybe I can even catch it. Oh, it's rough, 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 rough being a dog. I don't know. Guess it's not so bad. Rough, 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 it's rough being a dog. Rough, 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 it's rough being a dog.
Yeah, I like that. Rough being a dog. We're getting some dog emojis going on.
That's it.
That was the first one that you wrote with the kids.
With kids, with any kids. I did one with my daughter after I went into their school, a couple of schools, and wrote songs. Daughter, she wanted to write a song with me. She was home, wasn't feeling too well, and it was the first day of school that she missed that year, and it turned out to be the only day that she missed in 6 years.
Wow.
So we must have been feeding her something right over that time. Anyhow, so she wanted to write a song about her uncle's dog, and I said, "What kind of dog is it?" She said, "A bird dog." I said, "How do you know?" She said, "Because I saw him, chase a bird and catch it, hold it down and lick it and let it go." I said, "Oh, wow. What did the bird do?" She said, "Well, the bird flew away, silly." I said, "Well, what if the bird decided to stay?" She said, "I guess it would be a dog bird." So then we wrote bird dog and dog bird.
Yeah.
I suppose I should play a little of it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this dog I know likes to chase us birds, but we always fly away. Except for the time that the old dog caught me, it was his lucky day. Well, he held me down with his two front paws, and he licked me on top of my head. Then he let me go, but I said no, I think I'll stay with you instead. Hey, bird dog, now I'm a dog bird. Yeah, I'm tired of flying around. Living in trees ain't all that's cracked up to be. I need to spend a little time on the ground. Eating worms and seeds gives me indigestion. I want to try something new. So toss me a milk bone and pass the Purina, and I'll even try to bark like you. Well, we romped and we played and we chased a squirrel up into the evergreen tree. But then the dog said, hey, bird, why don't you fly up there? Yeah, chase him back down to me. So I started flying up to spook that squirrel, but I knew that wouldn't be fair. So I flew back down and I said to the hound, well, the squirrel wasn't there. Hey, bird dog, yeah, I'm a dog bird. Ooh, I'm tired of flying around. You know, living in trees ain't all that's cracked up to be. I need to spend a little time on the ground. Eating worms and seeds gives me indigestion. I want to try something new. So won't you toss me a milk bone and pass the Purina, and I'll even try to bark like you. Well, as time went by, I forgot how to fly. I couldn't even say. But when I looked up high into the autumn sky, well, I knew I had to do my thing. So I said goodbye with a tear in my eye. I'm gonna miss you, my bird dog friend. But as I flew south with that bone in my mouth, he knew I'd be back again. Hey, bird dog, yeah, I'm a dog bird. I get tired of flying around. Oh, now living in trees ain't all it's cracked up to be. I need to spend a little time on the ground. Eating worms and seeds gives me indigestion. Sometimes I need something new. So save me a milk bone, but keep the Purina. I'll be back to see you soon. I said save me a milk bone, but keep the Purina, and I'll be back to see you soon. Big finish. Hey, bird dog, I'm a dog bird. There you go. G string was getting a little flat. That's better.
Yeah. I'm clapping along.
Hey, bird dog.
Didn't sign up for open mic sesh, but I'll take it.
I'll put these glasses on. These comments coming in. Let me see.
Yeah. It's Phoenix Mike said I didn't sign up for open mic sesh, but I'll take it. And then Patty with the
all right
the animals
yeah.
representing. And Shiny Mood said, rough being a dog bird.
Yeah, man. Too fun. Thanks for letting me sing a couple. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, enjoy it. You know, I mean, you know me, I can do this all night too. Where people are used to seeing me talk for 4 hours. I can play for 4 hours too. And
well, you know, it's these songs are precious to me, so I just love showing them off. You know, I dig it. I dig writing them with them, and I love to play them. Recently, the Capitol, a little third grade class in a town close to me, did a visit to our state Capitol building, and just to go and see everything in the building. And they came back, and then when I went to their school, that was their topic. So I helped them make up a song about the Capitol building, and they loved it at the Capitol building. So they put like a video slideshow to all of the lyrics, and every single lyric, they had something from the artifacts, some old photograph of when the building was built and the year, and all of the different artifacts inside that the kids talked about. So that was a fun. I was happy about. Proud for the kids to be honored by the state like that.
Yeah, most definitely. And so we'll tell them the the story of. I think is this the one? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Turn it up.
There are lakes in Michigan, great big lakes for fishing in. Who I love to visit them, I'm glad they're here. This is how I remember them, just spell H-O-M-E-S. And no matter where you are, one's always near. We could find Petoskey stones where seagulls roam in the summertime. Go for a swim, jump right in. With or without a snorkel, it'll be just fine. There are lakes in Michigan, great big lakes for fishing in. Who I love to visit them, I'm glad they're here. This is how I remember them, just spell H-O-M-E-S. And no matter where you are, one's always near. I love to watch the waves roll in as my day begins by the sand dunes. Catch a pike, that's what I like. A salmon, a pickerel, walleye, a trout, or a perch will do. Lot of copper mines and tall white pines in the upper peak. Robin sings, nature swings, then all of a sudden the flowers are bud and stop. There are lakes in Michigan, great big lakes for fishing in. Who I love to visit them, I'm glad they're here. Oh, I'm so glad. This is how I remember them, just spell H-O-M-E-S. And no matter where you are, one's always near. Say no matter where you are, one's always near.
Oh, that's killer.
Yeah.
That made me smile so hard. Made me cry when I first saw it.
Mm. Yeah, that was you can see that was before I got the new the new little heater interface where I had the didn't have as many things on the wall. Yeah, no, I was fun.
Was so cool.
When I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm here, I'm feeling this. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So right now, so you're not doing as much playing, but you're starting to, because it's like we're all trying to come back from the shutdowns and.
Yeah, well, my church gig never really shut down. It was like maybe 2 months where we were off, weren't gathering, and then but they were pretty cool. They still paid me.
Mm-hmm.
Which was cool. And I'm not even an employee. I'm just helping out with the weekend masses, but they were real kind about that. And
mm-hmm.
So, but after that, I've been doing, I play three services, masses, we call them, Catholic masses on the weekend. And then, like I said before, I was telling you about the funerals. I do a lot of funerals. Not a lot, but at least one a week, it seems like lately.
Yeah.
And, doing that, and I'm still doing an occasional Maritime gig. Somebody will be having a function where they're talking about the Edmund Fitzgerald, and they might bring me in to play a song or two that I've written about that.
Mm.
They also want me to play Gordon Lightfoot's song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, because they know that one.
Mm.
But,
yeah, talk about that, the shipwreck songs. So you're known for doing some shipwreck songs.
Well, I'd written a song with a guy here in Flint about the sit-down strike that happened in Flint in 1936 and 37. The formation of the UAW. And so I was debuting that song at a rally, and in our local big house auditorium. There were like 3,000 people there, and I was singing the song, and the director of Region 1C of the UAW gave me the footage from the BBC of the actual strike footage of breaking windows and the women coming down with sticks to stand a line between the National Guard or the Pinkerton detectives that were trying to break them, and anyway, so I was singing that song at this rally, and we showed some of that footage towards the end of the song. And afterwards, one of the reporters said, I need music like that for this documentary I'm doing about the Great Storm of 1913, where in 2.5 days, 12 freighters sank, and almost 40 ships were almost destroyed, in this storm. So I said, well, you know what? The guy that wrote the lyrics for this sit-down strike song is a huge Maritime buff, and I'm sure you'd like to meet him. So we did that, and we got kind of dragged into the boat, so to speak. And then we wrote some songs for this documentary that the local TV station was doing, WNEM TV5. And then since then, we've been doing more and more things for him, because for his documentaries, and then he and I started doing a show together called Storm. It's a lot like you would imagine a university lecture where the professor comes with a band. So he gets up and tells these incredible stories of shipwreck and survival. And he's a diver. So he has a lot of this amazing footage. And his name is Rick Mixter. And so each of his stories has a song about that particular thing. And so then he'll kick it to me during the show, and I'll sing the song, and he rolls footage while I'm singing. It's like a live music video thing.
Yeah.
And I love doing these shows, but we haven't done any in almost 3 years now. So we're hoping the soft seat theaters will open back up and let us get at it again.
Yeah. I was looking.
I lost your audio.
Oh no, I had hit the. I was seeing if you had any. Oh, here's something is that I found. What's this? What's this? Is
Blown
this
up.
part of
Oh
it?
my God, that's going to crash on us and kill us. You stay underwater so long that your lungs start to burn. Then when we break through the backside of the wave, you hear all four of us just yelling in pain, and that wind would hit you.
It was a stormy night, November 66. 35-foot waves crashing down on the deck. Torn like paper was the Daniel J. Morrell. 29-man crew facing Huron's hell. Going down, 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 going down, down, down. 4 scared sailors made it to the raft. We watched the Daniel J. Morrell split in half. Gale force winds, icy mountain waves. 28 men died, only one was saved.
38 hours out there, man, it's a long time. I count that down every year. I started at 2 o'clock in the morning on the 29th and to the following evening. And that's a long time. For a long time, I could be walking down the street, I'd see a profile or right back of somebody's head. It would remind me of somebody on the Morrell.
Down, down, going down, down, down.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad he has that up there. That's awesome. Yeah, Dennis has passed since then, but boy, he was the sole survivor. 29 aboard, 28 perished, and he lived 38 hours on an open raft at the end of November 29th, 1966, and made the raft with 3 other guys. And he only had on a life vest, a navy pea coat, and a pair of underwear. No shoes, no shirt, no clothes. But I think it was the life vest underneath the navy pea coat that probably insulated him and saved his life. The other 3 froze in their own clothing throughout the ordeal. But there were 60-mile-an-hour winds, 35-foot seas coming down on them, freezing cold. Amazing.
Yeah. That's one thing I don't like to mess with. I'm not a big boat person.
Me either.
Put me out. I like little boats, are cool. I'd find me in a canoe or a rowboat or something, and I'm the type of person I'm cool as long as I can see. If I can see the coast, I can swim there. Theory, whether
Right.
like, all right, as long as I can see it, unless there's some riptides or current or something like that, I can get to where I can see. But if I'm way out in the middle of something, it's nah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, and Frank Mays, another survivor, he and Elmer Fleming survived the Carl D. Bradley shipwreck in 1958. There were 2 survivors, 35 aboard, 33 perished. And so Dennis, the guy you saw in the video, he organized a trip for him and Frank Mays, the survivor of that Bradley wreck in 58, myself and some other people who had some video gear, and took us on like a 4-day trip aboard the Roger Blau, which is a like 800 and some foot freighter. So, and for both of those guys, since their ordeals, it was their first time aboard a freighter.
Wow.
So imagine that. It was trippy. We had a blast, though. It was interesting.
Yeah. That's interesting. So
how shallow they are is why they get so dangerous. Because if any freighter, if you turned it nose down, everywhere in the Great Lakes, except a couple of spots in Lake Superior, if it hits bottom, the nose hits bottom, the bow, it would still be sticking up out of the water. That's how shallow the lakes are in perspective.
Wow.
Because even the Fitzgerald's 600 and some feet long, and she sank in 535 feet of water.
Mm. Yeah.
And that's why they get so treacherous and nasty.
Yeah. That's always been a little, just, growing up, because I used to watch all kinds of horror films and all that kind of stuff. Like, something that really actually made me nervous is Titanic.
Yeah.
You know how it's gonna end, how it's gonna go, but it's just like watching it, like, it's over. There's nothing you can
do.
Yeah. It's like, wow. Except for, I guess, those handful of people.
Yeah, we even wrote a Titanic song. Couldn't resist. When they put the movie out, it was like, Actually, we wrote it before the movie. So when the one scene where the woman is sort of floating in the water with her gown and stuff, that there's one of our verses. So we had the song before the movie. One of our verses sounded, it would have been a great video for that.
Yeah. That's
so many songs, so little time.
So yeah. I mean, it's in this, and I like about that in your music is like telling a story. It's like the art of storytelling is this long lost art nowadays. A lot of music doesn't tell any stories. It's and so it's like draws you in, and that's that folk tradition where you telling a story.
I think that's why I get hooked on. I got hooked on working with kids, because it's like community-based storytelling. We're working together to tell a story together, and everybody has an equal input into it. And I make that happen in the classroom when I'm with them. I make sure the other kids are listening to whoever's speaking at the time, like undivided, heavy eye contact, listening to what they're saying, because they may have a bad idea, but it will inspire you to think of something that might work better, for the song, because we're writing a song. So we're all doing it. And if he hadn't said that, or she hadn't said that, you wouldn't have thought of this.
Yeah.
So, got to be together in the whole thing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, and especially just bringing the music to young people, because there's so many school districts and that just, they're canceling and getting rid of music departments. They're not bringing in musicians or bands or special musical speakers anymore. It's just
there are precious few. You're right.
Yeah, it's getting so flat. It's like taking the color, because if you take art out of our lives, then it's just a dull 1984 type of existence, which is, I guess, what they're trying to get us into now. But
yeah, right. Or they'll force them to spend so much time on these other topics, and then I'll be forced to write songs about them. Like, for example, can you imagine 5th graders? What's your topic? Responsibility. Oh, great. I bet that'll be a blast to write about.
Right. Yeah.
So, but I'll give you a piece of this, man. We did. Mr. and Mrs. Jones called me up today on the phone. They told me they were leaving because they had to go to Sweden and they couldn't leave their llama alone. They asked me if I would agree to watch their llama Louis. I told them I would do it, can't be much to it, and I think that llama likes me. Woo! I'm responsible, you can count on me, I'm responsible. Accountability, I will never let you down, I'm the one to have around, I'm responsible. I'm gonna clean up my room, sweep up my clothes with a broom, get reacquainted with my floor, open up the door, let some air into this temple of doom. I think my parents agree, a clean room is better for me. And I told them I would keep it clean and they believe it. Now I get to watch TV. That's right, I'm responsible. You can count on me, I'm responsible. Accountability, I will never let you down. I'm the one to have around. I'm responsible. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-oh. My teacher had to give me a D. Now it's homework city for me. My parents had to ground me. Then they had to hound me till I brought it up at least to a B. They knew I could do it if I just stuck to it. I want them to be proud of me. Yeah, I'm responsible. You can count on me. I'm responsible. Accountability, I will never let you down. I'm the one to have around. I'll never let you down. I'm the one to have around. I will never let you down. I'm the one to have around. I'm responsible. Wah, 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 wah. Man, that's so much better than my lip trombone.
Yeah, but no, but that's a pretty, yeah, for taking like okay, responsibility, and then coming up with that. That's pretty good.
Oh, here's even a worse one. Do we have time to do one more?
Yeah.
Song? All right.
Yeah.
So I go into this first grade classroom, and their topic's even worse. It's dental hygiene. I'm going, no, man, no way. So we start writing words down, and they're telling me all about what they learned about dental hygiene, brushing and flossing and going to the dentist and eating better food and blah, blah, blah. So wait, this is the food show. That's important. Anyway, so Professor Ehret's diet system inspired me so much that I even changed the words to some of the foods in the song.
Yeah.
So we started writing it, and we wrote, flossing and brushing is good for my teeth. We kept kind of trying to, we were all just exhausted trying to find, and it was just lame. So I said, let's just try singing it again. Sing it like a pirate. So then we did, flossing and brushing is good for me teeth. Oh, and that changed everything. So we ended up, the song almost wrote itself. So we wrote the Healthy Tooth Pirate. All right, I'm going to wear my voice out, but it's still fun. Flossing and brushing is good for me teeth. Apples and oranges taste nice and sweet. I've given up suckers, I'm drinking less pop. I'm a healthy tooth pirate, I'm smiling a lot. I'm a healthy tooth pirate, my teeth are alright. I brush after eating, I floss every night. So if you take care of your teeth just like me, a healthy tooth pirate you'll be. A healthy tooth pirate you'll be. Squash is delicious, says old Captain Jones. Broccoli is tasty and good for me bones. I went to the dentist and she said to me, your teeth look so healthy, shiny and clean. I'm a healthy tooth pirate, my teeth are alright. I brush after eating, I floss every night. So if you take care of your teeth just like me, a healthy tooth pirate you'll be. A healthy tooth pirate you'll be. Now, fluoride's important, but what does it do? It hardens enamel, fights cavities too. Mouthwash makes breath fresh, bad germs run away. So it's no plaque for me, boys, at least not today.
I lost 2 baby teeth just yesterday. I told the tooth fairy it's time to pay. Pirates need gold coins and treasures to find. Look under me pillow, the money's all mine. I'm a healthy tooth pirate, my teeth are all right. I brush after eating, I floss every night. So if you take care of your teeth just like me, a healthy tooth pirate you'll be. A healthy tooth pirate you'll be. A healthy tooth pirate you'll be. Fire on the poop deck.
Yeah. I heard there. Now I don't know. So somebody's gonna say something about the fluoride. I don't know if we're not really.
Well, that's what they learned.
That's what they.
I always do the eyebrow like a fluoride's important. But what does it do?
And see, Patty said that we should do a song on colon hygiene.
We do. We need to do that.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. Do a little.
Hello, 4th grade, and my name is Mr. Dan Holland. Today,
joining me is Professor Spira, and we walk in, have like a big cartoonish enema bags, and
that's right, yeah,
big lemons and some combination salads and things, and
yeah. Do you know what this is for, boys and girls? Yes.
Which they really,
it's the key. It's one of the keys to longevity, man.
Yeah. That should be like kindergarten, 1st grade. You learn how to clean your enema bag good. And
right. Oh, that's right. It was funny because when I was little, my mother and grandmother, they would treat us if we weren't feeling well. They would give us enemas then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's like a lot of
a forgotten thing.
Yeah. Because I even grew up with and not really knowing what it was, but that enema bag in the bathroom in my grandma's house, up on the door, the bathroom.
Absolutely.
Door. And we've lost that. I mean, we're getting it back, but I mean, in terms of, that used to be just everybody, like no matter how bad you ate, it was like that enema bag was there, and if you would get constipated and sick or whatever, it'd be enema bag time.
Yeah, you can certainly improve your current situation.
Yeah, it's definitely can make things a lot better, and that's the kind of because that do you have any songs like juicing songs or any kind of the diet?
The one I did there was more to that one on the Today Show about making choices, but I wrote this back before I ever heard about the Mucus-free healing system. But we wrote healthy food is good for you. Maybe I should try some too. When we eat it, we'll be strong. Keep smiling all day long. Apples, carrots. I think we wrote apples, carrots, bread, and steak. I think I changed it to this.
Yeah.
Apples, carrots, and a smoothie shake.
Yeah.
Eat these things and don't eat cake.
Right.
If you do this, you'll be strong. And keep singing a healthy song. I went to a party. I had to make a choice. I know broccoli is good for me, but ooh, that cake looks moist. Time for my decision. You'll be so proud of me. I left the cake sitting on the table and ate the broccoli. Whoa, healthy food is good for you. Maybe I should try some too. 'Cause when we eat it, we'll be strong. And keep smiling all day long. Apples, carrots, and a smoothie shake. eat these foods and don't eat cake. If you do this, you'll be strong. Keep singing a healthy song. Went with my mama to the grocery store, junk food tempting me. I asked my mama, could we buy some chips? She said, how about some celery? I said, celery? She said, yeah, with some almond butter, raisins on the top. Once you start to eat like this, it's pretty hard to stop. Whoa, yeah. I went to the movies to see Happy Feet. I can't remember the rest of these words to make the song complete. I could just say that everybody can improve their lives. Everything they eat goes in and comes out the other. Don't be afraid to clean your colon. Healthy food is good for you. We'll get there. Maybe I should try some too. When we eat it, we'll be strong. Keep singing a healthy song. A healthy song. A healthy song. My faith. A healthy song. A healthy song.
Yeah, that's cool to hear the full version of that.
Yeah, it's
I heard the shortened one that you did on the Today Show, like the short. I heard that a bunch, but I never heard the whole song.
They were supposed to pay me $1 for royalties I had to sign an agreement, but they never paid me.
Yeah, that
right.
sounds about right. That's yeah, here's your $1.
For $1.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, hey, man, it has been a pleasure having you on here. And
I've been smiling the whole time. It's fun to be with you.
Yeah, man.
And all your listeners.
Yeah.
And I've got 10% battery life left on this phone. Perfect timing.
Yeah, most definitely.
Thank you for listening to my songs and for having me on your show.
Hey, man, it's been a pleasure and a privilege. Reese says if the two of you make an album together, I'll buy it.
I'm in, man. I'm all about it. Yes.
Yeah, I'm down.
We can do that.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll get Brother Ehret to play the drums for us.
Yeah, get Brother Ehret in.
I know he can swing.
Oh yeah.
I'll come down. We'll have to jam. I'll come down.
Yeah.
It's a short drive, really.
Yeah. It's not that exactly. It's not too bad. Yeah. Well, we might have to get you down here to Ehret Day this year.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. That might be the ticket right there. So yeah, man. Well, thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it. I know the audience here appreciates it, and keep doing your thing, man. Really an inspiration to a lot of people, because I know a lot of people that are out there that were in similar circumstances that you were in, and they don't feel like there's anything they can do, and they're just kind of feel stuck. And sometimes that can just really help to see someone like yourself that just like you were there, but now you found the key, and the key is you did the work. And that's what I had to emphasize to people, is like you didn't just sit back and kind of feel sorry for yourself and be like, oh, I can't do that, that's too hard. You just went right in, like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I'm doing this.
And the only change I made was food.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. I wasn't doing any serious exercising or anything when to make the weight loss happen. I wasn't running and doing crazy stuff, and I'm doing it now, but I wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Patty says thank you and great music.
Thanks for supporting my music too. I appreciate it.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, and check out Dan's his information. You got was that Dan Hall?
DanHall.com.
DanHall.com. DanHall.com. And I think you're on Facebook. And but yeah, check him out. And he's got some albums out. He's got a lot of great music videos and things from his.
Yeah, you can also hear some songs at danhall.bandcamp.com.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks again.
Yeah, most definitely. So, all right. So until next time, I will be talking with you real soon. And to everybody out there, thank you for tuning in. And again, sign up for the Insiders Club if you have not done so yet. Stay plugged in so that you can hear about things like this, where we have a beautiful guest on. You can stay abreast of what's going on and see down below for all of us. We've got a e-course sale going on right now for 70 or 80% off the e-course. Mucus Diet Healing System e-course. If you're interested in that, take advantage of that. The link down below. So yeah, until next time, peace, love, and breath. Free. We are mucus 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 free.